I went on this Sketch My Ex show.
They sketched your ex?
Yeah. But
what did you do with it?
So I did Emily because she is technically my ex.
Oh.
So that was
it
my
would have
way.
been way funnier if you did like a real ex.
But there was no way in hell I was going to do that. This
you
show,
describe her and then they draw her?
And they draw her. In the end, I revealed that we're dating now.
Okay.
As like the fun turn. It's just funny that like, yeah, I don't want to take that risk of talking about an ex and saying what they look like.
Of course you don't. That's like only your greatest fear.
Right.
So is someone retaliating against you.
Right. I don't want to be in a slap contest and go first on the slap.
I would be flattered if someone like drew me for one of those things. I'd be like,
thought of you to be drawn.
Thought of me. Yes. I would rather be hated than forgotten about in those scenarios.
Well, I think every man would rather be forgotten about.
Hello, and welcome back to the Friday Feels episode of the U Up Podcast. I'm Jordana Abraham.
And I am Jared Freed. It is so good to be back here with you, Jordana. How are you? What's going on? How you feeling on a Friday?
I feel pretty good. I feel like I'm getting like my postpartum groove back, which is nice, just in time. I'm not sure if it's that or if it's like the weather.
It's got to be all of it.
Yeah, I think it's all of it. I feel like I'm like coming back into the world, and it's nice. There's parts that I like feel a little weird about, but most of all, it's nice.
Would you suggest your time frame? Not the the baby stuff. When you got
take out all the sad shit.
Take out the sad shit, but like when you got pregnant, if you could go back, knowing how it ended up, like if you could suggest a calendar date to get pregnant,
yes,
would you suggest your date? Because now that I think about it, right now, if you're living in the Northeast, we are starting to spring has sprung, and it's staying lighter longer. The weather's getting nicer. You're probably feeling, as you said, like you're shedding maybe the baby weight type of thing. You're getting, does that feel like this is the time frame?
I think there's something nice about that. I've heard people say that they wouldn't want a winter baby.
Okay.
I mean, besides having given birth in the worst month of the year, as you know.
Yeah, no one wants to be born in February. Disgusting.
I think it's like a little bit of a double-edged sword. I'm happy that like there was not much going on that I felt like I was missing. There's not really like much exciting shit going on in January and February.
Right.
But it can feel like we had so many snowstorms this year that I did feel a little bit, I think I've said this before, like it felt a little bit like The Shining, especially with the twin girls.
Right.
Like I was like kind of locked in and like, there's like snow piling up outside and I'm sort of trapped in this house. There was like some moments of feeling that, especially when you like kind of like look like shit. And aren't that mobile. I think there was like a little bit of that.
I just shook my head. I didn't think you looked like shit, but yes, you did look like shit.
Thank you.
Yes,
I felt, well, it's like
tough.
I was, wearing sweatpants every day and not really like changing out of my pajamas until like 3 p.m. So I think maybe that would have been a little less intense if it were nice outside. It could have gone for more of a
I
walk.
guess pros and cons, because I'm hearing what you're saying, but like there's some people, I know someone that was like, I would never want a summer baby or be pregnant over the summer because you're hot and sweaty and it's like really tough and you're missing out on things going on.
That's true. Yeah. Well, that's something, the flip side. Overall, I've never done it the other way, but I think it was a good time of year.
You're happy with it.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to be like annoyed with their birthdays though, because I don't feel like that's a fun birthday month.
I think it's great.
January, February birthday.
Listen,
you liked your birthday month growing up?
My birthday month was good because it always fell during vacation. So I have a lot of like, it felt like, I would go to Florida with my family to go stay at my grandparents'. It was President's Week thing. That was nice. I do think also the breaking up of the winter, like as February 21st, I admit, really bad, depressing day. But to have that as an island in the middle of
there's something positive.
Something positive in the darkness of the winter, like to let you break it up, have a reason to go to dinner, have a reason to take a trip,
Right.
I think there's something good about that. Is the summer, you kind of get folded into the summer.
Right. People have other fun shit going on that's nothing to do with you.
Your birthday can be a holiday unto itself. You know? So
yeah. So
I don't know.
Maybe this is the way to go.
But I generally don't care about my birthday. So like maybe that's another part of it. Like I'm not really a birthday bitch.
When you were like in college, were you doing stuff like when you were younger, going out
Never really had, it's my birthday, let's go out. But like not like, what's the plan for my birthday? Like I've never.
Did you ever do like a Facebook invitation to like your birthday? I'm at a bar. I'm having like people at this bar. I feel like that was like a very out of college.
Yeah. One time I think I did like a breakfast.
A birthday breakfast.
I think I moved into a new apartment and it was my own place.
Like a drunk brunch?
Yeah. And it was like, I'll cook a bunch of stuff and get bagels and we can start at my place. I had like a frittata that I made in like a big pan.
One enormous frittata?
One enormous. Like it was like a breakfast bake type of thing. And I wanted to use my new apartment. It had no furniture in it. So I was like, I can fit a lot of people in here. So come here, then we'll go out on the Upper East Side and we'll kind of like make our way around the town and get fucked up.
Did you make a Facebook invitation for it?
I probably did.
Wow.
Yeah.
I miss the days of a Facebook invitation.
Oh, people got cocky on those Facebook invitations.
Those were like all the rage in college.
I mean, it's literally what I do with my shows. Assemble the group chat is like a version of a Facebook invitation. It would be like, because they would have these write-ups. It would be like, assemble the group chat. You are going to have the drunkest day of your life. And guess what? It's Lindsay's 28th birthday. And you're going to get fucked up. And we're going to have the best fries. Yeah, you'd have a whole dissertation written into it. Yeah.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Well, you know what was weird about that time too is there was no like, you couldn't send a group text.
Right.
Which is weird. You take that for granted now that you can just text a whole bunch of people in one message. You couldn't do that until like the iPhone. It
is interesting that group email was before group text.
Yes.
And I don't know if my brain really sees one leading to the other. Like, when people ask me, why did I start comedy? I would always tell the story I've told, and the story I truly believe to be my story is that I'd be on group emails with people, and it was like G-Chat.
Okay.
And I'd be at work and I would be on a group email and the group email would start on a Monday or Tuesday and we'd be talking about last weekend and all the things that happened. And then it would be also getting ahead of what's for next weekend.
Yes.
It would be this group of people in their 20s who everyone's single, everyone's looking to hang out. You got a little bit of money in your pocket because you started a new job and where are we going? What are we doing? And then I'd be on these group emails and I would write back and make fun of everyone.
Right, well, it's a chance to practice your craft, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And when someone would go off of the group email and come back to me individually and go, that was fucking hilarious. I'm dying at my desk. I felt it through my veins. I felt it.
What a lost art form. You were just talking before the show about you want technology a little bit or you want a little thing a little bit.
Right.
I feel like we kind of had the perfect amount of using technology to facilitate social connections, but not so intensely that it's sort of destroyed now you don't have to get contacted through replying to an Instagram story, but you had to the reply to an email is an easy way to talk to people, but not as easy as replying to an Instagram story.
Totally. There's the toothpaste out of the tube. That's every slippery slope argument is we just want this, but then it will lead to all of this.
Yeah.
If we get group emails, that's great because it will connect us all, but it's going to lead to a version of social media that feels disconnected. And you go, well, I want that, but I don't want that.
Can't stop the Pandora's box.
Right. This is the story of life. I wish it was just that way forever, and it's just not how it works. Listen, I wish social media for me, I was kind of cool with Instagram, a little bit of Twitter. And that's where I got I could do some jokes on Twitter and then I could see if it made sense as a tweet I would put on Instagram. I'd send it to you. Remember that?
Yeah.
I'd send it to you. I'd be like, this feels betchy. Would you put this on Betches? Can you put it on your platform so that I can get a following?
And that
did. Was kind of my business plan, you know? And and to a certain extent it worked.
Yeah.
But then you have to keep changing. You have to keep evolving. Right now, V and I work together on J-Train. I noticed that podcast clips for J-Train do better here and not as great here.
Yeah, and you got to always be hustling.
Always. So now my Facebook, I have a Facebook fan page. It's grown. And then it was kind of not growing. And I'm the stand-up clips do way better on Facebook and YouTube. I guess I'm just going to pour stand-up clips. So now YouTube and Facebook only stand-up clips. I see the numbers reflect that it's gone up even in this week. But I'm man, this is so much more I'm now doing the job of the social media manager and the comedian and My job, stand-up comedian used to be for lazy losers, dropouts. And now there's this like marketing major who's taking over stand-up comedy, and you can tell like there's really funny people who can't do that. Like it's kind of the sad part. Like
they're probably the funniest people probably.
There are comedians that I know.
They feel like they work against each other, those two parts of your brain.
Totally. Stand-up comedians especially are, how do I figure out how to creatively get out of doing the homework that is due today? That's a stand-up comedian. Every one of them is the same to me. None of them are, yes, I have the homework and I'm prepared for next week. And then I see those people get successful and you're like, ugh.
Well, it's all about timing.
I mean, you just said you were a fan of one of those people.
Yeah, I like your stuff.
So, I mean, that person is a marketing major.
You think?
I know.
Okay. Well, it
Those
works.
Jokes are marketing 101. But I'm saying, there's people that I can tell just don't have that. I have a little bit of both, I think. Sometimes I get worried. I'm like, don't be marketing major. Don't be that guy.
Well, I mean, that makes you money.
Well, it's helped me because I do have a business sense, I think, a little bit, which is why we're sitting here today. But I hope I have the stand-up thing too. But we're not all things, and I say that humbly. Like I'm like, I hope I'm as good as I want to be.
I think we should get rid of all the platforms except for Facebook.
Bring us back.
Go back to Facebook, which by the way,
all on
is
one.
All fake news.
Well,
my whole Facebook
it's all fake news.
is all like AI generated, like celebrity tabloid things that are not true, that are doctored to look like someone's engaged or had a baby.
I saw one that it was like there's one that comes up on my fan page. I don't follow anyone on my fan page except for You Up, the podcast.
Okay.
So I just get this like who they think I am. They think I'm like a gay Republican. That's basically what I think they think I am. So I get The View, lots of so-and-so got in a fight on The View with Whoopi Goldberg.
It sounds like stuff your mom would like too.
Oh my God. And it's like, in the picture is like a real looking picture of like a celebrity like going at Whoopi Goldberg's neck.
Okay.
Like it's like crazy. The other day, my dad made a comment. There was a guy. So my dad has a friend who went to like a party, and the friend sent a picture of him with this person we know from our past, to not get into too specifics. And that person, I would describe as someone who's had trouble throughout their life. Yeah, I would say troubled soul.
Wasn't there someone? I asked my brothers if they knew them. Like
I forgot
who was
about
like
that.
messaging you.
There was a girl.
You were like, can you ask? You're like, I think they know your brothers. Can you ask your brothers? I asked my brothers. They were like, I think she was troubled.
Troubled is such a dark,
yes,
kind way to really go dark on someone.
Yes, it's mean, but it's not mean.
No,
it's
you're
like
being caring.
You're being pitied.
Right, you're being totally.
Yes.
So this guy and I'm like, I wonder how he's doing. And my dad goes, great. He's doing great. He's married, great dad, good father, kids, goes to the gym, good friends. I go, do you talk to him every day? I go, you must know a lot about this guy. He goes, no, I see on Facebook. I go, you don't think you're getting like a curated version of this person and you don't know how? You're just assuming they're doing better than they've ever been known to do? He goes, yeah, and he loves Trump and he loves his family and he loves his kids. And I'm like listening to this, I'm like, I think he likes that he puts out that he likes his political leanings. Like I think my dad's like almost like a fan that this guy
is putting it all
out there, and he's got a family and the kids and he's doing great. So look at how wrong they are about the Trump people. Is kind of I think the connection. I'm like trying to like figure out what's going on in his brain. I go, wow, you've really made quite an assumption from their Facebook. A day goes by, my dad goes, I guess I was wrong. He's divorced. He doesn't
took a deeper dive.
Right, he went and asked how the guy was doing. And I was like, I go, don't you think it's weird that you made this huge assumption that feels a little emotional? He hung up on me. So like,
well, it's funny as it pertains to that. It's like people are so worried about AI, but like the only people who really believe the AI stuff are the boomers.
I would disagree there.
Apparently, like Gen Z and the younger generations, they like can easily know how to spot stuff much better than the older generation.
I think there's a different version of it on different platforms. I disagree.
You disagree?
I see it on Threads. Threads being the best example. That's the Instagram version of Twitter. You see people that are like, they'll say the most divisive things and then end it with a question. And it's just all
bots.
Well, it's a bot thread being answered by Gen Z or millennials being like, can you believe people even think this way anymore? And I'm like, you got baited.
We're the olds, just like the boomers.
Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Yeah. I think we're all fucked. I hear what you're saying, but I think there's a different version. I was like,
maybe the boomers will just die and then all our problems will be solved.
No, we'll find Gen Z. They're all Proud Boys, like all the guys. 8 women are in the manosphere. Like,
I don't get fed that stuff, but I believe.
I don't know if I get fed it as much as like I don't know. All right, let's do the emails. Hey, listen, if you want to hear these pithy comments on the road, I am doing stand-up all over this great country of ours. L.A. When does this come out? May 8th. Tomorrow night, Los Angeles.
The sun will come out.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow you'll get laughs. The sun will come out.
Okay, we're doing another verse.
All right. Thank you.
Have you ever been in a play at school?
I was in a play.
What was your role?
I think I was like Santa in the play or some shit. Like it was like
what play was it?
I mean, it was like we did. I don't know. This is like a long time ago.
Okay.
Or an elf.
Maybe you should do Broadway.
Listen, I'm still waiting on my call. What's that show that they keep rotating in comedians? There's a show on Broadway right now where every few weeks they get new people. Oh, Mary, is that what it is? No.
I feel like you would make fun of the theater kids, though.
Yeah, I make fun of everybody.
Okay.
I'm an equal opportunist.
Fair.
Right?
Yeah.
I like to think. Yeah. Make fun of myself.
That's
I make
true.
fun of the jerks, the dweebs, the jocks, the
Republicans,
the Democrats, all of them, all these idiots. L.A., Jacksonville, Austin, Cleveland, West Hampton Beach, Miami, Foxwoods, Portland, Maine. If any of those speak to you, come to the show. I'm also going to be doing the book tour. The book tour will hit these cities. Are you ready?
I'm excited to see you walk into a Barnes & Noble.
Can't wait. I'll be lost. I've never been in one. I'll be at Books and Books in Miami. I'll be at the 92nd Street Y in New York. I will be in Boston, Philly, Chicago at the Bookseller, Denver, Tattered Cover. And LA will also be included in that at some point. So Walking Red Flag is it's going to be out in a month. Pre-order, please. I bought the shirt.
Oh, wow.
New York Times bestseller.
Oh, yes. So you, again, to save Jared from the mental breakdown,
embarrassment.
You need to do it. All right, let's get into our show.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's jump right in.
Let's jump right in. I'll do an Icky. Let's do an Icky or Picky.
All right. Hit me.
Hey, J&J and the rest of the team.
Whoa.
The rest of the team. Okay. I got a shout out. Okay. I love you both. I went to Jared's show in Durham in November by myself, sat in the front row, and I was the first in line for pictures. Nerd. I know.
I love my nerds.
Do you?
What up, my nerd?
I am 34 female, and I'm texting with a guy who I matched with on a dating app yesterday. He's 38. We had easy conversation so far. He asked if he could call me last night, so I said sure, and we had a good conversation.
Love it.
Then today we're texting, and I said that today was the day I got my dog 11 years ago. And he said, still plenty more good years left, babe. Which would have been, I don't know if that's true, but which would have been fine, except that he, I mean, is it?
I don't know.
Which would
have been. Weird direction for him.
Yeah, right.
I would have just been like, happy birthday.
11's like not young.
Right. Okay. Still a lot of good years left before you have to start taking care of it in a weird way, babe. Still a lot of good years left before you have to start putting pills in their food, babe.
Babe. Hope he doesn't meet your grandma.
Right.
Which would have been fine, except that he included babe. Big ick for someone who I haven't met. I responded with babe, LOL, to show that I'm not into it.
Uh-oh.
Later in the conversation, he said that he wishes I were there with him. And I said, LOL, smooth operator.
Okay.
We have not even met yet. Both of these ick me out. It feels like he's trying to play boyfriend. I would expect this sort of thing with younger guys, but not a 38-year-old divorced dad. I will note that prior to these things being said, we scheduled a date for 4 days from now. I'm physically attracted to him and he checks a lot of other boxes, but I worry that these little things show a lack of self-awareness. Am I being picky and I should just shut the fuck up and go on the date? Or are the icks things I should take into consideration before going on the date? Thanks for all you do. A just be cool bitch.
I like this email. I appreciate that she came to the show in Durham. I hope her dog is doing well and has a lot of good years left.
Yes.
Babe. I think she said that it's very important, the details of this email, where she says, we made a date for 4 days later, and then this stuff started happening.
Yeah.
That's the course of events, met on an app.
Okay.
And then we start texting and talking, getting comfortable. I think there is a shelf life for, much like your dog is going to die, this match on a dating app dies as well.
What do you mean dies? Like the
think
momentum?
If you're not, the momentum, where else do we go but text each other as if we know each other? There's a little bit of like, this is why I saw some guy wearing rings that a Captain Jack Sparrow would wear, saying that he doesn't do dating coffee dates. He's like, I saw a clip from Girls Gotta Eat.
Okay.
I don't do coffee dates. And he's wearing these rings. And you're like, Jared, why are you bringing up his rings? Well, his point for no coffee dates is that he doesn't want that to insinuate to a woman that a coffee date would say that we're not taking this seriously and all that. And I was like, well, you're willing to wear costume jewelry that might turn off a woman, but you won't do a coffee date. And it's like anything you do would turn off someone, and you just have to enjoy that you do it. So a coffee date works for some, doesn't work for others. Do you have
The point is to turn some people.
The point is to turn people off. Don't you think it's crazy to be wearing a ring this large?
What's this guy's name?
He's Captain Jack Sparrow.
I would never ask a woman who I'm like, wow, like she's gorgeous. She seems really cool. Like I could see some potential here. I would never risk asking her on a coffee date as a first date because you want a man that wants to impress you off the bat, right? So if I'm going coffee, that means that I'm unsure if I even find you like attractive, in my opinion, because it's kind of like I need to feel this out. Coffee days, I need to feel this out because I'm unsure if I want to invest more time, energy, money.
I don't know. It communicates to me you're just not that into me.
I agree.
You know, you're just like, I'll spend $3 on this.
I 100% agree.
If you feel that way, that if you're taking the money someone spends on your first date as a symbol of what you're worth, I think that's more your problem than theirs.
I agree. I think you should spend less money on a first date. You don't even know the person.
We're just, I think it shows a value of your own time and energy.
If you ask me for coffee on a fifth date, that's weirder.
If you go from dinner to coffee, there's something a little off about that.
Yeah, a first date, I don't think anyone should be overly trying to impress anyone. You don't even know if you like the person.
We're just trying to figure this out, and it's a show of value of your own time, energy, spirit, whatever. Like, I just want to like see if we're cool.
Right.
And the attractive thing, I'm more attracted to someone, so I'll ask them on a better date. Like, I just think that's like a fraudulent take.
Right. You're either in or you're not.
If you're attracted to someone, you want to get to know them quicker and see if this is going to work out. So, like, I do think, to bring it back to this email, where she's like, you've already texted so much. Like, at this point, I think a coffee date would have made sense. Now there's extenuating circumstances, whatever, that come up that you can't plan a date and it goes long. But the longer you go and start getting into these, hey, it's my dog's birthday, you've texted about too much with someone you don't know. And at that point, you did kind of smoke them out into this babe talk. Now he has the date. You're still texting. He's like, let me throw in some babes and a couple of those things so I can make sure that we feel like we know each other more than we do. And now we're going on this date that's 4 dates out. I got the date planned. Now let me go into babe talk. It just, the order of operations is all off here. And I don't think you can come back from that.
Well, I think, to me, it's more like she's getting to know his personality and she doesn't like him.
Right.
The benefit of talking this much before the date is now she knows he's kind of like a cheesy babe guy in that like early way.
Right.
To me, it's like this is like the benefit of not having a date until 4 days from now. This is why people talk before going on a date, is so that they can get a sense if she says, I'm attracted to him and he checks a lot of other boxes. This is him showing you his personality. You don't like it.
Right.
It doesn't mean it's bad. It just means you don't like it.
I take exception with her. LOL, we haven't even met yet. Stop being so stupid. like you need to stop that. We haven't even met yet. Of course, yeah. You're an adult.
She doesn't like that.
Right. You don't like it. It's not, we haven't even met yet. I don't know what he's doing. You know what he's doing.
Someone likes that.
Yeah.
Someone
you don't like it. I don't
not
like
him.
it. We haven't even met yet. I don't need the what is that called?
If she went out with him and she liked him, she might.
If you had met him and he was like, babe, get me a coffee, while you're up. Oh, we've only been on 1 day. He's calling me babe. Okay, you don't like it.
Right. You don't like him.
Right.
You don't. I think that's the whole, I think women are very scared to again, get rid of an option who checks all the boxes and is physically attractive. But this is why we talked. This is why you should have some banter with someone before you get on a date. This date isn't worth going on. You don't like his personality.
He also said, I wish you were in bed with me. Is that what she said?
I wish you were here with me.
I wish you were here with me.
Right.
Then
that's a different kind of person. It's a person who has a different personality than someone who wouldn't say that.
Right. And it's also someone you only go up from there.
Yeah.
You don't go back from there. So what he's doing is date is made. Hey, now the ship is heading towards Date Island. I want to make sure she knows what she's going to get on Date Island, which is a guy who would love for her to be laying with him in a place that's private.
Yeah.
So he's telling you everything. The whole idea, well, we haven't even met yet. Okay. I don't understand.
I think it's okay to be. I think it's okay to be turned off by that.
No, turned off is different than acting stupid.
Right.
Turned off, and then writing to us, being like, "Can you believe? I can believe every fucking thing that's written in here." She's asking. She wants us to be shocked.
Right.
Oh my God, I thought it's certain age. I'm not shocked by his age. I'm not shocked by what he wrote. I'm not shocked that you've never met. I'm not shocked by anything. I think you need to stop being so shocked too. Her shock is what's annoying me about the email. I like her. She was at my show. I'm sure she's great. I'm sure she's not a nerd, as she puts it. All of these things. I have more respect for her than this fake play she's doing for me.
Right. Well, she needs to she needs to villainize him, and she needs you to say this guy is a cheesy
shit.
Loser.
Right.
Because you can feel a sense of self-doubt in not going out with someone who you think is attractive, who checks all the boxes, went to a good school, has a good job,
right.
From the right place, whatever it is, all the boxes that individuals would have. And he's attractive. And she's like, I don't like his personality. Do I have permission to not go out with him?
Right. And I think it's different. I think if you want to language it, it's different to go, I'm disappointed that a 38-year-old man with 2 kids is trying to get in bed with me. That's way different than, I can't believe a 38-year-old man with 2 kids is trying to fuck me. Yeah, your dad, your grandpa, your uncle, they all want to fuck too. Not you. I'm just saying generally. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This idea that at a certain age, men get a diploma and put on their hat and go, I'm mature now. No, they're all the fucking same.
Well, she thought she had someone who was looking for a serious relationship.
Right. You thought wrong.
Wrong.
And move on. I wouldn't go on this date the minute, wish you were here with me. That's not really where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to let you know, but it might feel like this date is a little
not
bit.
Feeling we're
not
a match.
For me.
Not feeling like we're a match.
Right.
All right. Let's do one more.
UUP@Betches.com. Ooh, we have a thorough one. Did I sound like a dick? I didn't mean to be a dick.
No,
I didn't mean to call
fair.
out, Johnny Ringstone. I'm just saying.
Again,
it's just this whole idea of I think we get too ahead of ourselves. A coffee date's great. Let's get it together. The app is quick. It's called Tinder because it was a little tiny a flicker.
You don't know this person, right? You're getting to know that.
A little something. Let's see if that's a flame.
Right.
Let's see if it could be a flame. I'm a 21-year-old female, recently married. This will be as relatable as a fucking hot dog cake. And I feel I feel like my relationship has slowly broken down in a way I don't fully understand. In the beginning, I was exactly the person my husband says he fell in love with. Supportive, affectionate, excited about him, and fully there for his goals. And I truly showed up that way. But from early on, there were issues. He didn't fully trust me, could be overly protective. And during arguments, especially when drinking, he would handle things poorly and then deflect or turn it back on me. Apologies would come later, but only after the damage was already done. There were moments that stuck with me, like Christmas, where he crossed a serious boundary and blamed me for it. Over time, I also felt like I was coming second to his music and ambitions, while I was managing everything else, our home, the day-to-day, even transportation. I bent my life around him, trying to show love, but I didn't feel emotionally supported in return. At the same time, from his perspective, he says he feels like he lost the woman that he fell in love with. He's not from the U.S., and he was raised with a very strong work ethic, being pushed by his father to succeed, and a lot of his identity is tied to discipline, ambition, and building something for himself, especially with his DJ career.
Why is everyone becoming a DJ? This is like the second email we've gotten with the guy as a DJ.
Wow.
How many DJs does the world need?
Enough to make all the women listening a little bit drier. Because the minute the ambition and DJ,
he's so ambitious. He's going to be what is this, Amanda Batula?
Right. Well, there's a strong correlation between hustle bro and DJ for some reason. Mm-hmm. Like this hustle culture of like, I'm going to go out and boots to the ground, make this happen, this manosphere like idea. I'm going to go to Miami and be a man and play music on records.
Is being a DJ what is to heterosexual men is what being an influencer is to heterosexual women?
I don't know, because there's female DJs too. I see
there's male influencers too.
I think that you're right. There are. It must be easy to be a DJ.
Right. I mean,
it must be like, as we were talking about before, with like marketing versus the art. Mm-hmm. Like it must be like the DJ industry must be like considered 95% marketing and like 5% talent.
Okay.
I don't know, but like I know Cypher Sounds, who's a good friend of mine, hilarious comic. He's like Cypher Sounds is like one of the original DJs. Like he's like he would be in like he's amongst like the first to do it, so his perspective on this, I'm sure, would be like, I'm sure he looks at the
DJ landscape
and he sees people with talent and sees people with none. And he kind of knows in the same way, like I know stand-ups are like who's faking it and who's doing it.
Right. But I could see DJ also being like one of those things where it's like you get like defensive over DJing and you think it's like, you say it's very hard work and I'm very hardworking and I'm at my and all these other people aren't necessarily, and then the content creator might say the same thing or the influencer might say the same thing.
Totally. There's a lot of correlation here. I mean, like, listen, same could be said about men going into stand-up, men starting a podcast.
Right.
You think your voice is so great, you think your perspective is so amazing. It's a douchey endeavor.
As is influencing.
Is influencing. Yes. Like I think I am stylish enough, beautiful enough.
Right. That you would want to be like me.
Right.
I can tell you what to wear.
Totally.
And what to do. Yeah.
So like, the male DJ thing, I don't get it. And my playlist kill, maybe that's it.
You're a good curator of music, I guess.
In
the same way you might be a curator of outfits. Anyway.
He tells me, well, I think especially the age, 21, like what do I have access to?
Yes.
I have access to all the music in the world,
and time to listen to all of it.
And then I can just go on YouTube and learn how to DJ, and then I don't think you can do that with like finance, or maybe you can with like a Robinhood account,
right?
If you want to be a day trader, but like I think it'd be harder to sell on people that I have no prior knowledge of the markets.
Plus this interacts with your hobbies probably of going out and getting really drunk and partying, which you're doing at 21 also.
Right. So access is probably a lot to do with it. Okay. He tells me he feels like I have bad energy.
Sounds like something a DJ would say.
Totally. that I'm always irritated, that I don't support or admire him.
This sounds exactly like the Kyle Amanda dynamic. I'm just
admire
saying.
Him? Would Kyle say that?
Yeah. This whole season is him being like, you don't really seem like you want to hang out with me.
He was right.
Yeah.
And then
the energy thing where like his tagline is "Summer is supposed to be fun, Amanda not fun."
Oh, is that his?
That's like his like catchphrase.
Well, I mean,
summer is supposed to be fun. Amanda, not fun.
Ending? Yeah. Well, also, this is also like what makes a man attractive versus like an unattractive.
Okay.
Like Kyle's issue and the reason that everyone before Amanda went and slept with West, the issue everyone had with Kyle is that like you're 39, 40 or whatever age you are and you're still saying summer should be fun.
Right.
There's kind of a shelf life for male fun.
Where it starts to get a little losery.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like
when does having fun seem losery as a man?
I mean, the minute you get married.
Yeah.
I think
no more fun.
Well, when you get married or get engaged, that's
why the premise of him being in having a Hampton share house at 42 years old while married.
Yeah, you go, what
insane.
are you doing here?
Right.
Why do you need to be here?
That's why he became a DJ.
Right. The DJ kind of extends the shelf life.
Yes.
Well, I have to be here for work is different than I just like going out to the sloppy tuna. Like that's
doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't exist.
So,
Look
so
how
sad.
old I'm happy to not know the places you go.
Yes.
If I knew at 41 the hot spots in Montauk, I would sound like a loser.
Loser, yeah.
There's a point, like there's
maybe that's why men become DJs.
Right, to get out of being a loser.
Yes.
If you're the guy on stage.
You still want the young person's lifestyle.
Right.
But you know it's losery. Therefore you become the DJ.
Listen, you see this with stand-ups. If your act is about dating until you're in your 50s, what are you doing?
Is that why you got a girlfriend?
It's exactly why, for my career. Well, yeah, you just look at like the dad trope is there for a reason. Like at some point, you got to fall to the back and be the dad who just gets people to the airport early. You're not the show, it's just how it works.
Right.
And you go, well, why won't men commit? Well, I don't want to just dissolve into nothing. So it's like, it's so a real funny fear,
Yeah.
But there's a lot of comfort in that too. Like I kind of like being in a relationship. I'm like excited for the dad of it all.
Yeah. Again, I think continuously doing the same thing over and over again is what feels losery. So It's like any sort of movement is exciting.
Right. But it is funny in this email, I kind of hear the guy who is trying to make a career and knows that his value is seen in his career, dealing with the emailer, the woman who's 21, who's trying to be a nurturer,
right,
and a caregiver. And if you're dating someone who doesn't want to be nurtured or cared for, you're not really dating someone. It can feel like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
So I feel like I've been slowly shutting down because every time I try to express how I feel, it turns into a defensiveness or gets flipped back on me. So instead I hold it in, and that turns into the bad energy he talks about. I miss who I used to be more than anything. I don't want to feel this way, but I also don't know how to go back to being soft, loving, and easy when I feel hurt and like things have never been truly resolved between us. He sees who I am now, but I don't feel like he sees what created that. It recently came to a head after a small argument, and now he's saying he doesn't think the relationship will work, that we operate too differently, and that we should separate before we hurt each other more. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here feeling like I've been asking for emotional understanding and accountability this whole time, and he's been asking for ease, support, and peace, and neither of us feel like we're getting it. I've asked to try therapy because I feel like we need help to even communicate at this point, but he doesn't believe in it. So my question is, are we both just failing to meet each other in the way the other needs, or is this a sign that we're fundamentally incompatible? And how do you know when a relationship is worth trying to rebuild versus when it's already too far gone? This is a very nicely written email. I feel for her.
Yeah.
I don't think she's like crazy. 21.
Married at 21. I mean, this is why they don't really recommend people get married that young. Right. It's a big, it's because you're not necessarily who you are going to be. Like, how different are you than you were at 21? And I think that you could easily grow apart from someone that you met at 21 and and your lives could go in different directions that you're both not looking for by the time you're 25, 30, whatever it is.
Right.
And I think that's sort of like, this is like a little bit of a cautionary tale about that. It's not that anyone did anything wrong. It's that you both are kind of discovering you're different people. They're turning into different people.
The beautiful part, and I agree with you, to give some listen, people get married at 21. Fine.
They do.
The beautiful part of when it works out is that they are like kind of like intertwined in a way that they grew up together.
If they grow the same.
If they grow the same. Again,
Yes.
this is two people trying to grow in different directions.
Yes, it can work if you grow the same way, but many of the times, which is why you would hear about we got married young. But yeah, I think that's kind of like that's why it's a trope of like we got married young and it didn't work out. It's not necessarily someone's fault. I think it's the kind of thing where like it's possible it could work, but it's less likely to work than if you met someone at 30 when you're a little bit more of your fully formed self.
Right. And this won't be as surprising or also accusatory. Right now it's accusatory because he's just like, I just want to grow up and be a man. I want to be self-sufficient. I want to work hard. And all I care about is getting to a place where I can feel worth and value because I can provide. This to me is gendered.
Yeah,
you know,
I see it
like
as part of that.
because she's like, I just want a home and make you feel good and make us feel like a couple. Like the way she wrote this email is beautiful. No one could deny it.
Yeah,
and someone could look at him and go, "You're just giving up someone who's willing to like make you and your pursuits part of their life." But
well, that's what I'm saying.
At 21,
I think
you're supposed to be allowed to do that.
That's why I'm saying, like, I don't think either of them is wrong. To me, this isn't a case of like she's wrong, he's right, or he's wrong, she's right. It's more like you're naturally want different things for this period of your life, which makes total sense. This is like the age where that would happen, or where you would grow in different directions. 21, you're literally in college.
Right.
So I don't know. Who knows where they're going to be?
Right.
Where you're going to go.
I just think, you know, she's probably leaning on the idea of like, you know, if you get in, especially at that age, what is good is right. You know, like it's everything's a little more simple. Mm-hmm. I'm married. I'm doing the right thing. I love him. That all is like good.
Besides the point, though.
Besides the point. He needs to grow up. He needs to figure out what he is on this earth. You need to grow up. I mean, there's an element of this where I'm like, when you get married at 21 to someone and that you go, what made you need to get married at 21?
Right.
What made you say, we have to do this now so that I can do other things or feel safe doing other things? You know, I think those are things for her to question.
Right.
You know, she's right now blaming herself on like, and I feel bad for her because her whole email is like it's so well written.
I'm trying to make it work, and
trying,
he's not, right? Yeah.
And he's not trying. It must be that I'm doing something wrong, or he says that I'm a different person. Yeah, of course you're a different person. You feel like you're failing every day, so you feel like shit. And then he's telling you, why are you being such a bad vibe? And you're like, well, you're part of my life that I'm trying to make work, and it's failing.
Right.
You know,
and here's also the other thing is like she's invested in making it work. It takes two people to be invested in making it work for it to work, especially at this age. I mean, they got married, so that makes it obviously more serious, but like no kids. I don't know if their finances are intertwined, but at this point he's kind of like, I'd rather just find someone who's more similar to me.
Right.
Or who likes that I'm a DJ or likes that I'm doing all this shit.
Right. I don't think he wants a girlfriend at all.
Yeah, I would agree.
Or a significant other.
Which he probably should have thought about before he got married, but people make mistakes.
Yeah. I mean, her questions, are we both failing to meet each other in the way the other needs, or is this a sign that we're fundamentally incompatible? I think that's like a strong way to put it. I think you're just two people who like are growing up.
Yeah.
You know?
And again, this is like sort of the issue with that intense of a commitment that young is like, if you met, like you could obviously change at any point. You could change your personality, you could change the way you are, but you at 41 with like Emily, if you got married, could you be a different person in like 5-10 years? Maybe a little bit, but you're generally like the person that you are going to be in life by now.
And I've thought a lot about that as like, what type of, you know, boyfriend do I have to be at this point? I've said this before, like for that reason, I do feel like I should be better at this. Like we should be living a life that like is a little bit more second marriage than it is first marriage.
Okay.
Even though I've never been married.
Because of the age. I agree
because of
with
the age,
that.
I've learned lessons via dating and having lived life a little bit. And, you know, I think of like the arguments my parents would have growing up that were like arguments that I don't have to have.
Yeah.
You know, like I should be, and not that I won't have arguments, but just like
you're more fully formed.
I'm more fully formed. There's no thought of like, what will we do about, you know, I don't know. There's like a million serious subjects that I'm like, I think those will be easier than maybe my parents have it. But like,
and I probably feel closer to her in my relationship than you. And then I met Mike at 27 when he was living with a roommate in Murray Hill. So I'm like, that feels like a very different person than I'm with right now.
Did it ever feel like his pursuit of work got in the way?
In the beginning, yeah. I think there was like a time when he was working. He was working all the time, and it was more like the amount of time and hours that he was spending doing that. But I think as I've gotten older, the perspective on it shifts, and like so many other things with the perspective on it shifts, and just the lifestyle is so different. Like when we met, we were going to pre-games together.
Right.
It's just
right.
But if like he was 36 and he still wanted to be going to pre-games and stayed the same person he was when he was 27.
Yeah.
Or went in a different direction and became a third scenario where it didn't feel like he was compatible with me. I could see the relationship not having worked out. You have to either grow together or you grow apart.
Right.
And neither would have been like, wouldn't have been always doing something wrong because he still wants to do this. It would have just been growing apart.
Well, it's funny, like to relate in any small way to 21, grow together, grow apart. Mm-hmm. That's the hard part about being 41 and meeting someone new. Like you have to figure out how you've already grown and making those things kind of intertwine. You have to take two trees that have grown on their own,
right,
and try and squish them together a little bit, or kind of like figure out how you can make changes. You know,
is that why some men would date are likely to date younger women? They can mold someone to their own lifestyle,
right? Or the woman at that age is willing to follow them on a lifestyle that's already built.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of younger women like an older guy. There's no chances taken.
Yeah, you know who he is.
You know who he is, and you know kind of that there's safety. Their house is built.
Right. I mean, I can understand the appeal in both directions.
Right.
If you were your age wanting to date someone younger, less established, you're like, this person doesn't necessarily have the strong footing on their own. They can mold to my life.
Right. I mean, Emily's younger, but I don't feel that. Like,
how old is she?
What is she, like 22? No. She's 32.
Okay. Yeah, that's younger.
But like younger, but like, you know, right. And there's an element of like at 32, is your life in a different space than 41?
Well, I also think women like mature faster in that way.
Totally. Like I really do believe, and this isn't like a hot take, I think we talked about it before, like female 30 is male 40.
Definitely agree
you know,
with that,
like and vice versa. So like there are things that we are both ready for.
Right, that you wouldn't have been ready for at 32.
No, not even a little.
Right.
I wasn't ready at 38, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's and like changing my life now to like have someone else be involved in it, like that is somewhat easier, you know, and change. And I don't think it was as easy a couple years ago. But that's also like going through like, you know, did you like doing things on your own, you know?
Right.
Did you enjoy those things, experiencing those things alone?
Yeah, I think it all factors into this thing. And that's why, like, when she's writing this, like, if someone were to, I would have guessed more in the breakup direction than not knowing anything else besides their age.
Yeah. I mean, she tried for therapy. When he says no to therapy,
he's not interested in making it work.
Right. You're negotiating against yourself. So I think it's...
Is that why men say I don't believe in therapy?
Right.
It's weird to say I don't believe in it, like she's asking him to go to a mystic. Like men do talk about a therapist like they talk about like a tarot reader.
Yeah. I think it's because men, if I to give an answer that's not going to be likable.
Okay.
I think men are fixers. You know, if a woman tells me she's sick, I'm like, what do you need? Hospital?
But she's
water?
presenting the option to fix it with this facilitated fixing.
Sometimes it feels like therapy is just this ongoing, never-ending work in progress, that one thing will find the next thing, will find the next thing. And
okay, because it's not like a linear,
there's no
clear
like,
process.
There's the end. The house is done.
Fixed.
We did it.
Right.
That doesn't generally present itself. I'm sure people have found that through therapy, but it doesn't.
I don't think that's like the point of therapy.
Right. Well, right.
Yeah.
And I don't think I think a lot of men are like, what's the point if we're not going to fix it? We can talk about this ourselves. I'm not on the same page as that. I could, if I was having real issues in my marriage and my wife was like, let's get a third person in here to like help navigate this and make this conversation more fruitful than it's already been, I would understand that value.
Right.
I hope.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of like, to me, a therapist in that case is like, we keep having the same conversation over and over again. We're not moving anywhere. I think in terms of like an improvement thing, if you see a therapist, they can help you move, like get this conversation from being stuck in a circular, non-ending motion and like move on from that.
Right. I guess what I would want from a therapy conversation is like, okay, well, what's something we can repeat and do?
They give you that.
Yeah, but I don't think men are presented with that. Like, hey, we'll have tools,
right,
that will be able to make it so these fights don't suck as much.
Yeah, but I think I agree with you. If he's not willing to do that,
he's not even willing to do that. So end your marriage. So we solved we solved dating again.
We did it. We'll be back next week.
Boom.